We are celebrating the king of rock and roll. Nearly 60 years ago, Elvis Presley walked into a Memphis studio and recorded his first hit song, That's All Right. Elvis was a truck driver at the time, but he soon became one of the biggest stars ever, and Graceland now is putting on a special exhibit for the anniversary. Angie Marchese with Graceland is here with some Elvis memorabilia, and we've got our white gloves on because these things deserve the white glove treatment.
They really do, and we are so excited to be able to talk about 60 years of Elvis and celebrating his very first recording. As a matter of fact, you mentioned those Sun Studios. This is the actual 45. This is Elvis's personal copy of his very first song, That's All Right, Mama.
Me hold it.
Yes.
So he was a truck driver, as we mentioned, at the time he did this recording, and kept driving.
And kept driving for almost a year before he actually became a full-time musician. The other unique thing is right next to it, speaking of being a truck driver, these are actually his paycheck stubs from that same month in 1954. And you can see Elvis was making $1 an hour. 40 hours a week, and then $1.50 for overtime.
It's so funny, we don't see records much anymore.
No, a lot of people don't know what these actually are anymore.
So what a treasure that is. Now, these are things that are going to be on display at Graceland?
Yes, they're all part of our 60 Years of Elvis exhibit, which starts with That's All Right when Elvis first walked into Sun Studios, but it really goes through Elvis's entire musical legacy, and we highlight famous songs like Jailhouse Rock and Viva Las Vegas, and I have a couple things from that.
And when you talk about That's All Right, I mean, that's a record that didn't just change Elvis's life. Let's face it, it changed music.
It really did.
It was the birth of rock and roll.
It really was. Elvis was one of the very first artists to actually popularize that type of music and actually kind of break down the barriers for both white and black artists and kind of, you know, invented what rock and roll would become. The script that you mentioned earlier, you saw earlier, is from Jailhouse Rock. Now, we all know Jailhouse Rock, one of Elvis's favorite
great
movies.
Dance sequence, right?
Which is actually credited to be one of the very first music videos. And of course, you can't hear the song Jailhouse Rock without thinking of Elvis. Or the shirt.
And the hips.
Yes, exactly. The shirt's from Viva Las Vegas, which is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. It was worn during the talent show numbers when Elvis actually sang the title song, Viva Las Vegas. And of course, today the city of Vegas still uses the song for publicity and things like tourism and things. So it really shows you how Elvis's music, even though it was recorded 50 years ago or 60 years ago, still is very present in all pop culture today.
And it's just amazing because the museum, Graceland, doing better than ever.
Exactly.
60 years after all of this started.
Exactly. We see around 600,000 visitors a year. Of course, our peak tourism season is summer, and we're inviting everyone to come to Graceland to come see this new exhibit and experience what it was like to be at Elvis's house. We want to welcome everyone from around the world to Graceland.
What else are folks going to see in this special exhibit?
Oh gosh, there's jumpsuits, there's jewelry, there's guitars, a little bit of everything. We have so many things in our collection. Only about 10% of our collection's actually on display at any given time. So we have lots of opportunities to show rarely seen things like the script or the paycheck stubs or Elvis's actual record that he actually played, you know. So we do have the opportunity to explore our collection in several different ways, and this exhibit really kind of highlights that. It has a little bit of everything Elvis you ever wanted to see. You've
got this great insight by being around so many of the archival things. What was it about Elvis that you think that makes him so popular even today?
It's that he was a person, really, you know. I mean, it's a very personal connection with him. If people find him through his music or through his movies, it's always something personal, and it's like if he was singing a song, he was singing it just for you. He never went, you know, never really isolated himself from the public. He would greet fans at the gate. He invited people to go to the movies with him. He was an everyday guy, but yet he was this iconic star that just had this charisma about him that he just kind of, you know, knew how to treat everybody, knew how he wanted to be treated, and really never changed. You know, even though he became who he was, he never really changed or lost that.
Do fans have a favorite place at Graceland, or is
everyone has a favorite place?
A different
place. Mine is the Jungle Room. Love the Jungle Room because it's very fun, unique, hip. I could actually see a Jungle Room in someone's house today, basically. But Elvis also was an innovator, and he was a first adapter. I mean, we've got rooms at Graceland that, like, we've got a TV room that today would be considered a modern day media room. So it's like, you know, he had 3 TVs, a jukebox. It really is, and it's a time capsule. And the unique thing about it is that everything inside's original. The sofas, the sofa Elvis sat on, the tables.
It's all right there for
first
visitors to see.
Yes.
Angie, thank you so much, and thanks for bringing this.
Oh, thanks for having us.
All right, for more information about Graceland and their 60-year celebration of Elvis, just go to kcal9.com. You can click Seen on TV.